Hey, thanks for joining us here on our third installment of Buster's Glitch Ass Gaming Podcast. I'm Tony Flowers, Tony Flowers. And of course, I'm I'm here with my co-host Oscar Warrior. Welcome, brother. What's going on?
Hello. Good to see you guys. How are you?
Am good. Am good. Am very good. I didn't have too much time this morning to like play anything or I'm kind of
Mm,
disappointed, but I'll tell you a little bit later on, actually, in the podcast because I know we've got some questions that I'll definitely bring up. Uh, something I guess unexpected,
mm.
but yeah, how was your morning so far?
So far, so good, man. Same old routine. Got a workout in. Trying to keep my mind fresh before the show. Played
Uh,
Power World with my wife for a little bit.
Very
That
nice,
was fun.
very nice. And
Got chores done.
I saw that you were playing a little bit of Claire Obscure, but you didn't get far enough into it to where you'll have anything to say about it today, huh?
No, I was just at the beginning tutorial.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. But cool that you got it, man. I was gonna get fucking Doom today, but then when I looked into it, it said it was gonna release on the 15th or something. That you would have to buy the $100 edition or something to get access today, and I was
Yeah,
like, nah, no, thank
early access.
you. Yeah,
Can't wait for it though.
yeah, it looks fucking awesome, man. Here it's great. Derek's playing it. He seems to really like it. Um, we have a little opening question here from somebody. Anonymous asked us, "Who is Buster? Who's Buster? Oscar? Who's Buster?"
Buster is our little mascot that we created one day. While we were working, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was me, you, and Ray. We were doing a
Hmm.
container together, throwing heavy ass boxes on pallets, and we were kind of delirious because of the heat. Because we live in Arizona, it just gets really fucking hot in those containers. So we were like delirious and like we were just being crazy with each other, and we're just thinking of like crazy shit to say. And I think that's where the original idea of the book club came in. And
Yeah,
we created a name for it. Um, the Busters is the Busters Book Club acronym is BBC,
right.
and we were thinking like, bro, what the fuck should be like our little mascot? We should make a mascot for our book club, and it's like I don't even know. I think it because during the time we started with it was a cicada at first, I
Uh
believe,
huh. Yeah, it
because
was.
at the time like cicadas were like coming out. And supposedly they were like infected with some like fungus or some shit that controls their brain.
Yeah, it
And
was
like
like it like made them gay and horny, like, and it would like destroy their genitalia or something.
yeah. This is like a year ago, I think, in 2024.
Yeah, yeah.
So funny, dude. Like summer of 2024. But yeah, we were like delirious from the heat. And we were just like thinking of crazy shit. And then eventually we came to the frog because I think we asked for a cicada, but I think
Hmm.
the AI generator that we were using gave us a frog instead.
Yeah, yeah. We asked
And
an AI to generate an image of the cicada, and it did.
uh,
And then we're like, "Hey, power him up into a super buster," and then it turned him into this Kermit the Frog looking fucking thing. It just had us in stitches, though.
yeah, that was good. And then we created the book club. And then from the book club we got the BWE, which was the wrestling federation that we created.
Hmm.
And then came the Discord, and
Yeah,
then came the podcast, which is a concept we've kind of been talking about for a long time. But that was basically the path of creation for this, and ultimately we're here now
yeah,
doing the podcast.
yeah, yeah. And we just
But
kind of
that's
like kept Buster as our mascot
our
because
little mascot.
he's a cicada. Believe it or not, he is a fucking cicada. I know
It's
he looks like a
it was
frog.
supposed to be. Yeah, he's supposed to be a cicada.
But yeah, I love that when we were creating the book club, book club gave us part of an acronym BC, and we're just like, we're super mature, so we're looking to make it BBC, and we're like, fuck it,
Yeah.
bussin' book club.
Listen book club. Buster's book club.
But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Just that's exactly who Buster is. That's where he came from. So if anybody out there was curious, who's this Buster's glitch ass gaming podcast? Who's Buster? That's who he is. He's a cicada that looks like a frog. And we have a write in here from our homie Mike, Monsieur Butterie Croissant. He said
Croissant.
it's kind of a follow up to last week's question. He says the digital versus physical is more so the fact that if a company goes under, like any video game services, for any reason, you can't go back to an old digital console library like the SNES to play them unless you ROM. But there are legal things to that. There was already an instance where people nearly lost over 200 movies, but thankfully another company bought out the rights. If that didn't happen, people would have lost everything. Just putting that into a video game perspective. And then he says, I do buy both physical and digital. Sorry for bringing it up again. Don't apologize. Bring it up as often as you want. Uh, did,
Never
did,
apologize.
did you have any other thoughts on the digital versus physical?
Mm,
Because
I don't.
I do have some stuff here if you want to gather your thoughts for a sec.
I guess it just depends like where game companies are gonna go from here. You know, if they choose to keep their services going and like they don't just reset like the online shops each time, then I think it's fine.
Mhm.
Um, I might go digital at some point, but for now, I'll continue to collect physical games if
Yeah.
if possible. It kind of seems like game companies are starting to go digital more now, which is a real shame. But it kind of makes sense, you know. Everything else kind of went digital. Like, does really anybody like buy DVDs anymore or Blu-rays?
Yeah.
It's kind of slowly becoming like an obsolete technology.
Yeah. Yeah. The change to digital has been pretty much in a steady increase. More people every year are buying more and more digital stuff than
More and more
physical.
digital, yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of trending in that way.
Yeah, I mean, it is more convenient. I will give it that. Like to just have your game right there in your library, you can pick it, and play it. I tried fusing pick and play at the same time. You could just pick it and play it up. Um, yeah, and you're there. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
becoming much more convenient.
That's kind of the reason I prefer digital over physical. It's just more convenient. I don't mind it at all. But I know he mentioned that if a company goes under or any video game services for any reason, like I was looking into it, and just recently, I want to say it was like this last week, I got this little news blurb that said Nintendo recently became Japan's seventh largest business, and then
Yeah.
Sony is Japan's third largest company. And of course, Microsoft is typically in the top three worldwide. So
Hmm.
I say rest easy, Mike. These guys aren't going anywhere for a long
Oh
time. Maybe not in our lifetime. I'm not trying to be all they're too big to fail or anything because you never fucking know. But I'm pretty
no.
confident, at least in our lifetime, they're not going anywhere. And Valve, also the other big player, they're worth between $8 and $10 billion. Um, there was actually a rumor a little while ago that Microsoft was looking to offer them 16 billion to acquire them, and I really hope that
Fuck no.
I same. I really hope not, dude.
Nah, bro. Valve could own Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah,
I
fuck,
don't want.
yeah, the other way around. Yeah,
I want it the other way around. I want Valve to own Microsoft. They do a better job with that shit.
yeah. I
I think so at least.
No, I agree. I wouldn't even be surprised if that's true. Like they were throwing money around, and there was this leaked document from Microsoft showing all like this massive list of video game companies and development teams and stuff that they were interested in buying, and it was literally a list of every fucking one you can imagine. So
Damn.
wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to do that, but hopefully Valve shuts that shit down. The
We'll see.
the other thing that I wanted to mention about the physical versus digital is like I was thinking about it, and physical games might not be the end all anyway, since you do need a console to play those, and consoles do tend to take a shit after years and years of use. Um,
Hmm.
like in my case, I think I mentioned it on the show, but I know I've told you that my PS4 is kind of like at the end of its life cycle. It's like refused. It's not letting me play games on it anymore. It's like I don't feel like
Yeah,
it. You want to watch
taking a
TV with
poop.
me? Yeah, so we actually just this last week ended up buying a PS5, a slim
Nice.
one. Yeah, so we got the slim boy, um, and but yeah, it's basically like, so I had that thing for like maybe 10 years at this point, and
Oh,
like if I
that
had
sucks, dude.
but like if the PS5 wasn't backwards compatible, those PS4 games that I have would, like
Mhm.
the physical ones, they would be just as useless to me as the digital ones, really. You know?
Yeah, they would be obsolete. You'd have to buy another PS4, which doesn't make any sense because it's like if you're gonna upgrade, you would expect the old games to be able to work on the newer generation console.
Right, right. And I know that you could use a computer to rip the games and make your legal ROMs, I guess,
See,
but yeah, like if I'll be the first to admit, like if my digital library disappeared, I'd be fucking furious and heartbroken. I don't know if I'd
I
ever
would all.
recover.
I wouldn't know what to do either, bro. I feel like I would just fall into a deep, deep depression.
Yeah. But then like if you wanted to pass down your library to your kids, I guess, physical is always the best way to go
Mhm,
about that. But then I was thinking about it and I thought, like, to what end? Like, hoping your kid is going to have the same appreciation for your old favorites as you did, like,
mhm.
I never hear younger folks talking about classic SNES, NES, Genesis, uh, classic PlayStation, Xbox games unless they're like roasting them for being old and ugly. The kids want the new
That's true.
shit. You know, they're not out
Yeah,
here talking about GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, all amazing games. They're talking about 5 and the upcoming 6. They want the new
I think we're
shit.
I think we're just getting old, man.
Yeah. So
We
so
are
yeah.
the old people now.
Yeah, yeah, it's just
Don't
how it
worry.
goes, man.
Find solace in the fact that the same thing will happen to them eventually.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't
Sure.
know, like, passing down the library to your kids is probably, I don't know, it's a really nice thought. I like that, but I don't think they would appreciate it. I really don't.
That's a fascinating concept, bro. Imagine you like imagine you lock your kids from playing like modern games and you make them play old games first, like retro games, like start them at like the oldest possible thing that you have. Like if you have an NES, make them play Mega Man
Yeah, yeah,
and
like,
all these old retro games and then you just kind of upgrade them every year, you know?
yeah, that's kind of the thought process that I had as well. But as soon as they go to a physical school and make physical friends in the real world, they're gonna realize what they've been missing
What?
out on. They're gonna be like, dude, fuck all this old shit.
Why is he holding me back? I want to play
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Right, right.
I hate my dad.
But yeah, I was gonna thank you, Monsieur Buttery Croissant, for writing in, and
Monsieur Buttery Croissant.
and he did have another question. I like this one. He says, "Is Microsoft done console wise with games going to PS5 like Gears and Indiana Jones within months of launch? Is there even a reason to get an Xbox anymore? Sony adopted a model that waits a year and a half minimum to keep their console sales up and still manage to stay on top. Plus, there are rumors of Xbox Live being a full streaming service that may also make its way to PS5 and PS6. Is it a win or loss for Microsoft, the game killer? I can expand on that if you want more, which I do. But do you have any thoughts on that? Like, Microsoft
Um,
being dead in the
I just
console?
don't I just don't see where they could go from here. Like what are they doing? You know, what plans do they have? We don't really know much. And like it's not enough to have an expectation from Microsoft, you know. I kind of just don't really care what they do nowadays. Although I will admit I am excited for um I don't know if we talked I talked about this in the last episode, but Gears of War Reloaded.
Oh yeah, yeah, we mentioned it. Yeah, we're both
I'm
excited as fuck
excited
about
for
that.
that. I don't know like if they do continue in the console market, how much does it even matter at this point? You know, like I think we've all realized that the games matter more than the actual hardware itself.
Hmm.
Are they if they do go full publisher, I'd like to see more creative things from them, you know, and not them just gutting their studio, the
Yeah,
studios that are under them. I'd like them to give their studios full creative liberty to just pump games out,
kind of seems like they're
honestly.
kind of seems like they, at least at least from what they're showing us, it looks like when the
Yeah, they're
cameras
starting
when
to
the
go in
cameras
that
are rolling.
direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the studios say that
Xbox
they do
Game
them for
Pass.
Game Pass toddler stance. But I'm in line with you for the most part. I did think Microsoft was going to go the way of Sega and Atari like a while ago and
Mm,
just get out of the hardware scene altogether, but apparently they are already balls deep into creating their next gen console. And they're fondling the handheld side of the industry too, like that little sexual innuendo there. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, so they've I think I linked it in our Google Doc there that
I
um,
believe so.
yeah, they're already making their next gen console. I didn't catch whether it was like one console or multiple consoles like this generation was. Um, but they're already deep into development and they're saying it's going to be a fucking powerhouse. Um, there aren't really any actual Xbox exclusives anymore, so um,
Nah,
the things that I can see people being drawn to their consoles over are basically just power and price. If it's a bitchin' fucking machine that can just out outdo your PlayStation whatevers and the
mhm.
Nintendos, then and if it's priced at a point that's attractive to the masses, then yeah, like I can see them going to that. Um, I would like to give them credit where it's due. They've been hands down the best in game preservation in the form of backwards compatibility. You know,
That I do agree with.
like Nintendo's getting better with their online
Yeah,
service, bringing old games to the
Sl-
newest hardware.
slowly but surely. Yeah, takes
Hmm.
them a bit to bring them over, but I get it. It's
But
probably a
that,
pain in the ass to bring your old games, especially with like how Nintendo's done it. Like they've changed their hardware pretty dramatically each time they've moved to a new console generation, like with Wii and Wii U and like the GameCube
hmm
and the N64, trying to just figure out how to remap. I figure a lot of the struggle is just trying to figure out how to remap like the controls.
yeah, it's definitely taken a lot of time and probably a lot of money too, but they're doing it.
Mhm.
So Sony, on the other hand, they're still struggling in this area, like probably worse than anybody else. You have like fucking I don't know PlayStation Now, but I don't know, man. There's not
I have,
enough in terms of backwards. There's so many PS3 games that are just trapped there. You
bro.
know.
That's actually a topic I can't wait. I know we this is another topic that we have more towards the end of the show, but I can't wait to it because I have my piece. I have my 2 cents with Sony.
Oh, did you want to sound off on their asses right now or wait until later?
No, I'll wait till later.
Okay. But yeah, like people love Sony also for their heavy hitting first party exclusives, but I was looking it up and I was like, yeah, they haven't had one since Astrobot, which came out September of last year. I mean, unless you
Mhm.
count remasters and remakes, which I mean, I don't know. I'm not so I can see Game Pass and like coupled with a really high powered machine at an attractive cost, I can see that like winning the next generation potentially, especially if Game Pass isn't welcome on Nintendo's consoles or Sony's consoles. I can see a future where people prefer an Xbox as their home console for sure.
I I wanted to add, I think another important thing that Microsoft needs to take care of is if they are doing a handheld, they need to make sure that the UI of that handheld is pretty seamless because I think that's one of the major issues that people have with like a ROG Ally or what are the other ones? The MSI Claw.
I'm
Is
not I'm
that
not
my
familiar with that one.
Windows just sucks running on them,
Mhm.
and like I think trying to get Steam to also like work with it also just sucks. But that's mostly because of how Windows is. So because the Steam Deck, it's pretty seamless. There's a software that's created specifically for the machine, so it runs games like seamlessly.
Right, right.
And so I'd like to see that with Microsoft as well. Like if their handheld is optimized well for these games
Yeah.
to perform well on them.
Yeah, I mean they're working with Asus on that project. It seems. I didn't put it in the write up or any links to it, but did you happen to see the leaked foot? I'm sorry, leaked photos of the Rogue Ally 2 and this
Yes. The
Project
Xbox
Kennen or something.
machine.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
like
Project Keenan.
yeah, yeah. So it's like it looked pretty obvious that that was real.
Mhm.
And so to answer your question, Mike, I don't think Microsoft is going anywhere in terms of making consoles, and I really think that if they can manage their studios, because now they have so many studios, if they can manage them well, have a steady output of great games, which would all be available on Game Pass, um, and they make a good machine next. If especially if Sony is struggling to put out big hitter first party titles that generally attracts their customers. You know, if it's
Mhm.
such a slow output on their end, and here's Microsoft pumping out all these great games from all these great studios, all day one Game Pass and shit, you know, I can see them winning next time, man. I really can.
I wanted to add, with Sony.
Hmm.
I'm sure I've talked about this before, but with Sony, it seems like a lot of their studios aren't wanting to release their games exclusively on the PlayStation anymore. It seems like a lot of studios are going, the full cross-platform formula
Yeah, at the very least, they're trying to get everything on PC at some point. I would love to play that
now.
Astrobot game I mentioned earlier, but
PC seems like the Nintendo Switch 2 is a good competitor this time around
mhm.
as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny. I literally just said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to play that Astrobot game I mentioned earlier," and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, you just bought a PS5." It's like it hasn't really sunk in yet, you know. Like I
You
have the
can now.
hardware, I can now.
You have the hardware. Exactly.
But
With
think mhm.
with the slim version, is it any weaker than the original version?
No, just a smaller body. That's it, and
Oh,
significantly smaller. Holy shit, dude! I was not expecting it. I thought it was still going to be too big for the little area that little cubby hole I was gonna put it in, but
mhm.
and I did it the old American way, and I put myself into debt for it. So yeah.
God bless.
Oh yeah. God bless America and God bless you,
God
Mike
bless.
Buttery
I love this
Croissant.
country. Fuck
That-
Canada.
Whoa! You be nice to
I'm
my
gonna get.
Canadian boys.
I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna get some hate for that.
Yeah, dude. All the
But
hosers,
fuck
all you hosers, sound off, man, and
it. You
head down to the
hosers.
market and grab a case of two for
He's speaking. He's calling to his people.
Hell yeah! I call to thee.
I call
What
to
is it?
thee.
Stand on guard for thee or whatever. I got you, Canada.
Um,
I got you.
grab your Pabst Blue Ribbon and your AR-15s and let's defend the border, boys.
Yeah, that's the last thing we need is enemies out of Canada, man. It's so stupid.
Get
Anyways, I'm not
get
gonna
your
get all
cowboy hat.
not getting political here. Not happening. Thank you for your write in,
Um,
Mr. Buttery Croissant. Always appreciated. All right. We've got some game and hardware updates. Let's see here. Number one, in a Nintendo Creator's Voice video, Final Fantasy VII Remake series director Naoki Hamaguchi announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is coming to the Switch too. He concluded by expressing his hope that players will look forward to the entire Final Fantasy VII Remake series on the Switch 2, hinting at potential future releases for Rebirth and the yet to be revealed final game. Dog. Final Fantasy VII trilogy, the
Trilogy
remake, coming to
2.
Switch 2. Potentially the last two. We'll treat that as a rumor for now, I guess. But what do you think, man? Would you play all that on the go? Is that appealing to you at
I
all?
I already own Intergrade. I owned it. I owned Intergrade. Well, at the time it wasn't called Intergrade. It was just Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Hmm.
Um, I owned that on the PS5. I bought that day one and I played it like all the way through within the first week. Did all the side content and everything. Main
Hmm.
story. I think back in 2020. Was that
Has
when
it
it came out?
has it been that long? Fuck, I don't
It's
know.
it's been a while.
Damn. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't remember. Shit, dude.
Release date. Hold on. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
Stand by.
Yeah, April 10th, 2020. I got it for my birthday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
2 days after my birthday. But yeah, I played that. I played that. I rebought it on Steam for the purpose of well, eventually when I do get a Steam Deck, I'll be able to play all three of the Final Fantasy games eventually on the Steam Deck, or if I want to sit down at my desk. I don't think I would want to buy it a third time.
I got you.
Um,
So,
just because
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that seems like a waste of money to me. Just buying a game three times, like I've already experienced the magic like two other times. Why would I do it a third? Although it is a good game.
Yeah, yeah. I still haven't played the second one.
Oh,
I
neither have I, dude.
yeah, I played the hell out of the first one on the PS4, and I was considering getting it on Steam and then just kind of get all of them on Steam eventually. But now that I've got the PS5, I might just get it there, and just stick with that
Mhm.
one console. But yeah, this is good news for anybody who number one, if you only have a Switch. A lot of people usually have like a Switch as a secondary console, so that's why I say that.
Mhm.
Um, but and if you want to play this on the go, which guys like Oscar and I, we're usually not so big on taking our Switches outside of the old homestead. Um,
No, but I will say that I do like to wander my house with my Switch in hand.
yeah, yeah, there's probably something awesome to that. If I'm playing it at home, I've got it docked, or I'm sitting in bed with it or something. But
Imagine there's an accessory where you can like attach your Switch to your hip, like on your belt, like clip it to your belt. That way you can just carry it everywhere.
that could be a good idea for a 3D printing project, man. You should
That would be sick.
yeah, you should create a blueprint for it, bro. Be the guy. You should be the guy.
Wonder if it would be like a clip or just a really strong magnet. Probably be more secure with a with a clip.
Hmm. Yeah, probably. I'm I'm also really when I saw this, I was happy to see a rekindling of sorts of the relationship between Nintendo and the Final Fantasy series, because Final Fantasy began as a Nintendo exclusive series. I think it was
Right.
the first game all the way through to and including the sixth game were exclusive to Nintendo. Obviously, later games ported over to the modern hardware, but most of the modern Final Fantasies have been absent from the Switch and all
Hmm.
that. And it's funny, the one that got away from Nintendo was Final Fantasy VII. That's when they jumped ship
The
over to
most
Sony, right?
popular one.
And here they
Yeah.
are bringing it back in the
Yep.
form of the remake. So that's kind of fun. I
That's
like that.
that's so funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Moving on
That's
though.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool for anybody who wants it. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to the probably the PlayStation ecosystem for that, and you're gonna go Steam.
Yeah, I'll probably just stick with Steam.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Number two, the Devolver Digital. I thought this was funny as hell. That's why I want to throw this in here. The indie publisher behind games like Hotline Miami and Cult of the Lamb responded to the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date announcement with a curious post on Twitter. Quote, "You can't escape us. May 26th, 2026, it is then." End quote. Which is a follow up to a post that they made back in March stating that they would release a game on the exact same day as GTA 6. I love that.
Bro, I want to know what they have planned.
I know, me too, man. Me too. But I was thinking like there could be something to it, like the Barbie and Oppenheimer release and Doom and
Yeah,
Animal
Barbenheimer,
Crossing. Yeah,
Doom
like
Crossing.
right. So as long as whatever game they're gonna put out is different enough, it could probably see some killer sales, man. Um,
Absolutely.
they haven't said which game it is, which game they're considering, but I looked it up
Mhm.
in some upcoming Devolver Digital games, Baby Steps and Skate Story. Have you seen the fucking trailer for Baby Steps? It looks fucking hilarious, dude.
I have not actually.
Yeah, you should check that one out. It looks so
Ba-
funny. It,
Baby
it's
steps.
it's like one of those like QWOP type video games where it's just like impossible to move or something. That's at least the vibe it gives me. Um,
Oh, I have seen this game.
it looks so stupid. I love that. But yeah, looking forward to whatever it is that they're doing. I like those guys. Hotline Miami fucking rules. Oh yeah, and they're the publishing arm behind the Shotgun Cop Man, which came out last week. We were talking a little bit about
Beautiful.
that. Looks really cool. Let's see here. This one's probably more up your alley. You might have something to say about this. Number three, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, an updated version of the 2012 Nintendo 3DS JRPG, will be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, releasing on the console's launch date of June 5th. The remaster features enhanced HD graphics, a new interface, a fast forward option, among other improvements. And as a side note, this will be one of those game key card physical games. So
No,
yeah,
I wanted a cartridge.
I mean, when I was looking it up, it is a cartridge. It is apparently
Oh,
it is. Apparently it is. It just doesn't have the game data on it. That's what I think I got that information from IGN because I was really curious. I was like, what's even the fucking point if there's no
how does
physical anything, right?
that's so funny. What? How is it even supposed to work?
So it's a little game cartridge that you pop into your console, and then
Yeah.
it's gonna take you right to the store to download it or something like that. That's 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 the best example I
Interesting.
got. Yeah, that's what I got. Plus, with Doom, apparently, I didn't put this in the write up either. But did you see that? Like there's a whole bunch of the game missing from the disc on the physical. If you bought Doom, the Dark Ages, physically, you only get X amount of gigabytes. I forget the exact number, but the rest of it you have to download
You
from
have
the
to
internet,
download?
anyways. Right. So it's
Yeah,
see, it's
I
like
think they're
fucking
trying to move full digital, man.
we're spiraling, man. We're spiraling.
That
Just gotta.
sucks. Ah, that just means I might have to go full digital.
I mean, at
Which
some point they're probably gonna force it.
sucks so bad. Well, I mean, maybe that might create a new hobby then, because then like maybe people can create like fake video game boxes for
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there
like
is a pretty big market for that actually
I,
already.
I think something like that already exists because
Yeah.
like I've seen this really cool hobby before where people will take like old SNES games or NES games and they'll use like cassette tape boxes
Hmm.
and they'll print out like a custom uh,
Like with the artwork and
layout.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah, and then they'll
that's
just
so
kind of
cool.
slide it into a sleeve on the cassette tape, and then like the game is in there as well, and it's like it looks really cool, like really solid, and then when you put it like on your shelf, you it has a what do you call it? A spine, so you can
Hmm.
see the name of the game, and then it has like art. It has art on the spine.
I love that. That's cool. I've seen a couple like that for the N64. Oh, what is this?
Mhm.
Suspected spam caller.
Don't
Oh,
answer it. Actually, no, answer it.
no, let's answer it on the air. Let's see what happens. Hello,
Crash.
Bash? They're not answering me. All right.
Chat, clip that.
No, we're gonna keep that in. Fuck it, I don't care.
We're not gonna
Um,
live. We're not live streaming. We'll never live stream.
fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in. I don't care. I don't care.
All right, fuck it. Let's do it.
I wish they would have said something. That would have been so funny, man.
That would
Anyways,
have been so funny.
but yeah, I saw what you were
Oh,
talking about with the N64 cartridges because they don't really have little cases or anything for them. So I saw they would have little sticker printouts that you would just like stick onto the top, the little kind
yeah,
of like arch on the top of the console.
on the
Or
spine.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I almost called it a console, but I meant a cartridge. But you know what I'm talking about.
The little
Anyways,
cartridges. Yeah, that shit's cool. So stuff like that exists.
yeah,
If worst comes to worst, if things do go digital, people will just make fake box art and use it as as a design for their room.
yeah. But I like how we went off on that tangent. Was it? What are you familiar with Bravely Default? Are you interested in this remaster on the Switch 2 at
I
all?
I played it for a little bit on the DS. I didn't get very far, although I will say I do like the battle mechanic, the bravely default mechanic. I don't remember much of it though. I just remember that I enjoyed it a lot.
Hmm.
Uh, I will add that this is kind of exciting though because Nintendo seems to be bringing a lot of their DS games over to the Switch. Another example I have is Luigi's Mansion 2, which
Oh yeah.
I believe got a remaster recently.
Hmm.
So it's just good to see that Nintendo is keeping their eyes on the DS market and that they are aware that people want DS games on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep that shit coming. I was looking at the trailer and everything for this, and it actually does look like a really fun game. I might keep my eye on that.
See. Yeah, and it's nice to see that the first game in the franchise is coming to Switch. Now people will be able to play both Bravely Default 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Number four, Mafia: The Old Country will be released on August 8th, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S for $49.99 on all platforms.
How
According
much?
to $50, all platforms. That's right, for the low, low price of $50.
49.99. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch.
What are you eating, bro?
Oh, my bad. You can hear that, huh?
Yeah, I don't care. What are you eating?
Like, what are you munching on?
What are you
Um,
eating, bro?
my wife. My wife made me a little breakfast burrito with some chicken patties.
Hell yeah, dude. Sounds good. I thought you were gonna
Fucking
leave it
delicious.
at my wife. You're
No,
like, aha.
no, that's twisted. That's
Yeah, it is.
sexual.
Sexual and twisted. Not cool.
All right.
And
Nom, nom, nom.
anyways, enjoy that burrito, you son of a bitch.
I do.
According to Nick Baines, president of development team Hangar 13, Jesus, that didn't even sound right. I wrote that. According to Nick
You-
Baines, president of development team Hangar 13. Okay. The game promises a focused linear experience with quality storytelling and authentic era immersion. 2K president David Ismailer, I believe that is how you pronounce his last name, said, quote, "We think there's a large audience for compelling stories that don't require massive time commitments," end quote. Um, Not sure if you're a fan of the Mafia games. I only played the original
Um,
2004 on the PS2. Yeah, did you ever play
I
any of
was
those?
actually gonna ask. I was gonna ask you if you were familiar with any of the games, because I watched the trailer for this one. It looks really good in my opinion. It looks like a very story-rich, kind of like action adventure type game.
Mm.
I might be interested in checking it out.
Yeah, I played in a I adored the first game back on the PS2.
Mm,
I had to look it up. It was 2004 when that shit came out, and our boy Maximus, he's a huge fan of that game as well. I think he played the other ones. I did not. I didn't even play the remaster or remake, whatever the fuck that was that came out not too
mm.
long ago. But I I would like to get back around to that. One of my favorite memories of that game, I was high as a kite, and it was like the second day I had the game, and I was just fucking just blasted out of my ass, sitting on the couch, destroying rival gangs' cars with like a baseball bat and Molotov cocktails, and I was just laughing so hard, dude. It was so funny.
That
But
sounds
the
sick.
price is good, $50. That's awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's awesome.
And like
Good
you
to
said,
see.
yeah, yeah, I like seeing that, man. In a sea of fucking $80 games, that's nice to see a
Real
50.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
And for the game to look like that pretty, I don't know if the trailer showed actual in-game footage, but it looks good,
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree. I
For
fully
50
agree with
bucks?
that. Yeah,
Absolutely. I'll fucking drop 50 bucks for that shit.
yeah, and I agree with the president there when he said like the industry does need more sub 100-hour games, man. Believe it or not, that is a turnoff to some people if a game is like
Yeah.
just crazy bloated. Yeah, it'll take you 100 hours. Some people love that shit. They want to play the same game for thousands of hours, but yeah,
My thing
there's room for less. Yeah.
my thing is when it's 100 hours plus, some games lock you behind like side quests.
Mm.
so, so that way you can't progress through the main story. Xenoblade is kind of like that. That's probably my only gripe with Xenoblade is that sometimes the main story is locked behind a quest.
Oh,
And you can't progress further until you complete it.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, you really got to be in the mood for those really long games. At least in my case, like, I thought I was
absolutely.
really in the mood for one, and I turned on Elden Ring not that long ago. I got like maybe 60 or so hours into it, and if I were anybody else, I probably would have beaten it. But I'm such a slow player, and just kind of trying not to miss anything and following the little guide
Yeah,
and everything. And I kind of, I it's not that I lost interest, but I was like, I've kind of had my fill for now.
yeah.
And yeah, so I kind
It's
of
like I'm
just
full.
I never finished it. I would like to get back to that one of these days, but
Neither have I, brother. I got to Rykard, I believe, and that's probably halfway point in the game. I could be wrong completely. That might still just be at the beginning. But I got to him and I just I stopped playing.
Was that the giant guy with the little tiny horse?
No,
Was,
Rykard. Oh
was he
no,
he
that's
was
Radon.
after that?
Radon is yeah, Radon is awesome.
Oh yeah, that was such a funny fight. I loved that. The little tiny
Such a
AB
good
horse.
fight. I love that guy. Love Radon. He's a bro.
Shit fucking cracked me up, man.
No, Rykard's the cocksucker that's like a snake.
Oh, I don't think I fought that guy yet. Yeah,
And you have
see?
to get like a special weapon that does a shit ton of damage to him to like beat him. I mean, you can beat him normally, it just takes forever.
See? I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. 60 hours I put into that game. I'm nowhere near that character, probably.
I put about the same time, I think.
Jeez. Well, one of these days we got to get around to finishing that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's just I suck at from software games, so it took me forever to get to that point.
Yeah, if I didn't have those guides, I'd be shit out of luck. I'd probably just, toss my fucking controller at the TV type shit.
Hmm.
I don't see that going very well for me, but uh, let's see here. Number 5. Remedy's Control sequel will be developed with a smaller budget than Alan Wake 2, CEO Tiro Virtala, I hope I pronounced that right, revealed to
Hmm.
GameFile. The Finnish company is still confident in delivering a great game, as they should be, despite the $57 million budget, which is being co funded with Annapurna Interactive. Alan Wake 2's budget was notably larger at about $75 million, which made it one of the most expensive cultural products to ever come from Finland. That was a cool little tidbit of info right there. But you've never played the first Control, have you?
No, sir.
Um, not too familiar with Remedy games in general, like the old Max Payne games or the Alan Wake games. You haven't really dabbled much into that any of that.
Not not really. Although I will say they are on my radar. They look really cool. Anytime I've seen people play it or like I've seen clips of the game, it looks like my kind of game that I would play. I wanted to add really quick
Hmm.
before you get your fill in here. Um, so Control had a budget of 37 million, if I'm correct.
The
Uh, uh,
first
uh,
the
uh,
first game,
yeah,
I looked it up. I think it said 30, but we may have
30
been.
million.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't remember where that source was, so it might have been more in the realm of 37, but somewhere sub 40 million though, at the very least. We
I
can
know
agree
they
on
were
that.
I know they were comparing the budget with Alan Wake 2.
Hmm.
But comparing from what I'm seeing, comparing Control to the sequel of Control, the sequel seems to be getting a $57 million budget, which is good to see.
Yeah, so it
Um,
is getting a substantially larger
Yes.
budget than its first game. Yeah, good point.
Yes, yeah. So, good things to see there. Good things to expect. Yeah, definitely a game that should be in everybody's radar.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. The first
One
game
to look forward
I
to.
loved it. I loved it, man. I love Remedy games. That was the first one I gave a full shot to, and once I was done with that, I went to the Alan Wake remaster, and then when the
Mhm.
second game came out, I absolutely had to have that day one. Awesome fucking games, dude. Great shit.
I think I remember when you got it. You were like so excited for that game.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, man. Absolutely love those games, and like the attention to detail that they put in those games, like the amount of assets just is mind-boggling, dude. Like I remember when you were playing the first Control game, it's basically takes place in this massive office building without spoiling anything, right? Or getting too far into it, but it's basically like a massive office building. You're going to all these little
Mhm.
offices, and like you can walk into one office and see something in there, like a certain printer or something like that, that you won't see anywhere else in the entire building. Like for the rest of the game, like they have
Really?
so many fucking little assets and little, it looks so realistic. I love it, and they have
Uh,
that same kind of they have that same kind of love and care for the Alan Wake games too. Even the first one, was amazing. I loved it. And the stories are such a mind fuck. Um, yeah, I can't wait for Control 2. I can't wait for them to show anything about it. Just more than just a teaser trailer. I know we got a teaser trailer a little while ago, but yeah, I want to see. I want to see it. I want to play it. I'm even checking out that was it FBC Firebreak, I think is what it's called. The
mhm.
so that's from these guys. It's in the same universe as Control, and it takes place in the
Damn,
building and stuff. And you and your
damn, three
yeah, it was like
from.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead.
like it's like a, it looks kind of like a Left 4 Dead type game where you and a couple of
Oh, that's sick.
buddies, you jump in there and you're trying to clear out these. I'm guessing it's the hiss. I don't know because that was the main enemy that you would fight throughout Control. But anyways,
Mhm.
I have my eye on that, and that's really not my kind of game. But I love Remedy games. Sam Lake, he's an awesome visionary, great creator, and in every video I've ever seen that guy in, he seems like such a cool fucking dude. Like I would love to just have a beer with him, but he would probably want to have
Mhm.
a cup of coffee. He seems to really like his coffee. You know, um,
Hello, coffee man.
but yeah, I remember this story when they're talking about like the lower budget and all that stuff. It reminded me of Sean Layden, the ex president and CEO of
Mhm.
Sony Computer Entertainment of America, I think it's called. Um,
Mhm.
so I remember he said that the rising cost of AAA game development was unsustainable and that it could cause the industry to stagnate at some point. So it's really
I
well.
kind of agree.
Yeah, yeah,
We might
totally.
already be there.
Kind of, yeah, but then like so here you have Grand Theft Auto 6 with a possible multi-billion-dollar budget, which is okay for them because they're pretty much guaranteed to make the money back in days. Um,
Absolutely.
but then you
God, they
gotta,
have. Sorry, I just wanted to add to put it into perspective. They have GTA has like fans all over the world, not just like in America. GTA is huge in Latin America, bro. Like in
oh yeah,
Mexico and then like South America,
yeah, they
Hispanics love GTA.
it's fucking great games, man. Like, is it just like Rockstar games in general, or specifically Grand Theft Auto?
Mm, Grand Theft Auto.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, they're gonna make that money back. Like, yeah, from what I looked up, it
Definitely are.
said like there's somewhere between $1 and $2 billion in their budget for this game. It's fucking insane.
That's
So you have,
crazy, bro. That's a lot of money.
yeah, it's probably gonna be like the most expensive thing anyone has ever made ever, and it's probably gonna make
Mhm.
more money than any other thing ever. So, but that's cool for them. But then you got slower burn kind of studio like Remedy, whose games usually don't sell gangbusters, but they're always received really well, and
Yeah.
they continuously sell over a longer period of time. So, I don't think it was Sam Lake that said that, but somebody, it might have been the CEO fella, the Vertala fella, that
Mhm.
said like with this lower budget, they only need to sell like 2 million copies to break even. So
Oh,
they're
that's
gonna get
doable.
that. They're gonna, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's doable.
Also, I like hearing that some studios are still kind of like they've got these limitations on budget, so you have to think more creatively about how to do things and achieve certain effects and shit. Like you
Mhm.
can't just throw more and more money and more people at it. You need to start thinking critically. You know, like I like
Yeah.
that. It kind of it challenges them. So that's
And
awesome.
I might add learning how to optimize the games as
Mm-hmm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of AAA game studios don't care about optimizing their shit, and that's why you see their games over 100 gigabytes, like big in file size. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Like that shit's actually unsustainable because it's like you're gonna have to dedicate your entire hard drive to one game
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. That is actually unsustainable.
No, that's a great point, dude. Um, I'm really looking forward to Control
Mhm.
2. You yeah, I made a sculpture of Jesse
Yeah, I
Faden.
say,
Yeah.
oh, bro, you should link that in the description.
Ah, that's
To
not a
do
bad
it, do
idea.
it, do it, do it.
Yeah, I
No
just
balls.
whatever, dude. I just want to throw this out there. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to sculpting, and this is like years and years of
His
uh of
shit,
of
his
trying to
shit's
figure it out.
fantastic.
I
He's
appreciate that.
lowballing himself.
He's biased. It looks
I'm
I'm
not biased.
I'm very proud of it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm not very proud of it. Like sometimes I look at it, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, I made that, and like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It's just years and years of culminated trial and error to make things like that.
Mhm.
So it's cool. That's how much I love this series. That's how much I love the game. Um, I actually wanted to make like Alan and like Saga Anderson and some of the other characters like Ati the janitor and everybody, but it
Mhm.
just takes a long time. But anyways, can't fucking wait for whatever Remedy puts out. Um, I'm all over that shit. I'm all over it. Uh,
And I might not seem excited for it, but I'm excited for the people that are excited for it because I like their game model.
oh yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, and I'll always recommend them. And not to mention they're probably dirt cheap by now. They're maybe not Alan Wake 2. I think that one's exclusive still to the Epic Game Store, which I think turned
Mhm.
a lot of people off. If you want to get it on the computer, but if you want to get it on the consoles and stuff, it's probably on. I think it's on PS5 and everything. So
It's okay, girl. Just turn me on.
that's right. It's all good. Yeah, yeah. In the words of Sean Paul, it's all good. Just turn me on. Uh, all right, we've got some notable game releases this week. Let's see here. Legacy of Sin, Ill Boding comes to PC May 12th. Yesterday. I had to look at the date. I'm like, wait, today is my brother's
Wait a
birthday.
minute.
I need to hit my little brother up later on. All right, today's his birthday.
Absolutely.
God damn it.
Tell him I said happy birthday.
I will do that. Labyrinth of the Demon King comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and
Oh.
PC today.
I am so glad that you put that game on there, bro, because if you hadn't, I would have never known. Labyrinth of the Demon King looks fucking sick.
It looks like an old school.
Like
Fuck.
PS1 game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Polygon, like PS1 game. It
yeah,
kind of reminds me of like Silent Hill.
yeah. I was thinking like fucking almost like Hexen, but Hexen was more pixelated, but still, yeah, like just some classic. It looks. I really admire the balls of putting graphics like that in a modern game because that automatically turns off a lot of people nowadays, man.
A lot of people, bro, that shit
But
looks cool as fuck. I might get that game. I'm probably gonna play that game with my wife
well, if
for
if you do
Halloween.
play it, is it a multiplayer game?
No, we'll probably just
Oh, okay.
couch co-op. Well,
All
not
right.
couch co-op, but we'll sit on the same couch and then just give
Pass
each
the
other the
controller, back
controller.
controller. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right. We got
Cool game.
yeah. If you do play it, let me know what you think.
Okay, Bobby.
All right. We got Omega Crafter. Oh yeah, Omega Crafter launches out of early access on the PC tomorrow.
Early
Void
access.
Void Sales launches tomorrow on PC.
That game looks sick.
Doom: The Dark Ages comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC. Day one Game Pass. I'm assuming. I haven't looked, but I think so.
You
Uh,
gotta, yeah.
yeah, it says that it releases on May 15th, but Steam says tomorrow. So I don't know. It says it's gonna
Interesting.
unlock sometime tomorrow, but then like the release date says May 15th everywhere else I look. So, but
Huh,
also if you bought the $100 edition, like I said earlier, you can play it right now. You fucking
right,
nerds.
meow.
Yeah, I want to fucking play it, but I'm not gonna pay $100.
Meow.
uh, this one looks kind of funny. Nubs Arena comes to PC May 15th.
Dude, I want to play this one.
It looks funny. I dig it. I like the little trailer and everything. When they're talking
It
about like
reminds me of
it's like play it alone. Don't play it alone. you know.
Don't Play It Alone. I love
uh,
that. Dude,
yeah,
the game
very
looks
cute.
so cool. It
Yeah,
reminds me of fucking Boomerang Fu, bro.
kind of. Yeah, it does have that little charm to it.
I like
Uh,
that. I want to get this. I want to play it with you guys.
yeah, that looks funny. Um, Tennis Manager 25 comes to PC May 15th. Everyone, all my boys, fuck with Tennis Manager, bro. You getting
Game looks
tennis?
like shit.
Shut up. You shut up. You shut your goddamn mouth.
I'm just kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
no, I am too. I don't give a fuck about no tennis manager. The fuck.
We're gonna get
Capcom,
sued.
yeah, just blasting their game like fuck your game. I don't care. It's just I don't know. I don't like tennis. I don't care. I just don't care. You ever don't watch tennis but listen to tennis? It's hilarious.
Oh, the grunts. The
Yeah,
grunts and like
it's
the
hilarious,
rubber
dude.
soles scraping on the court.
Dude, dude, I somebody pointed that out. They're like, just listen to it. Don't watch it. Just listen to it. And I was like, all right, I gotta
Just
do
close
this.
your eyes and
It's
fall
fucking.
asleep.
It's so funny, dude. Like
It
you
is.
you you'll be in stitches within like a minute or and a half of somebody playing. It's so funny.
I
We
think the thing that makes it even more fun. Sorry,
no. Go ahead. Go
but I
ahead.
just wanted to add the thing that makes tennis like more funny is like they have a certain sound that they make every time they go for a swing, and it never changes. It's always the same sound.
They're always using the exact same animation in life.
Exactly, like the same grunting noise each time they swing.
Love it.
Uh.
Hey, you know which sport is really fun to just listen to? Like I like watching it too, but like like has the greatest sounds like ASMR. I think is what they would call it. Is hockey. Oh,
I how did I know you were going to say hockey?
dude, it's so good. Like the sound
You
of
are
the
Canadian.
this. I am, dude. I mean, I'm not literally, but I lived there for long enough to where I should be I
You
should be
should be a
welcome in
hockey
the
fan.
Canadian community. Damn it.
You got to be a hockey fan, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're trying to watch the Leafs game. I think the Leafs are playing tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. They got the Stanley Cup playoffs going on, and the Leafs are in there.
Beautiful.
Go Leafs and stuff. So, anyways, Capcom Fighting Collection 2 comes to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC May 16th. That's fucking cool.
Yes,
Uh, of Life and Land launches out of early access on PC May 16th. That one actually looks pretty cool too. And
it does.
this funny little game here, Frog Legs, comes to PC May 19th. Did you watch the trailer to that?
Yeah, dude, it looks so silly.
So stupid. I love it. Uh,
I love boomer shooters like that.
yeah, so cute, man. I love stupid shit like that. Like, so like they put a lot of work into that. You know, it's like somebody
Mhm.
decided like, yeah, this is my game. Fuck you if
What
you
if we
don't like
take
it.
Frogger and we make it Doom?
Or something. I don't fucking know, man. It was so funny looking. Free this week on the Epic Game Store, for anybody who doesn't know. Dead Time Defenders, from a studio called Arcane Embers, and this is the write up that they put on there. An action packed looter shooter with RPG elements. A mysterious portal has unleashed chaos from alternate dimensions, and you are humanity's last line of defense. Go on missions looking for epic loot and eliminating enemies before heading back to HQ to rearm, debrief, and prepare for the next run. Dead Time Defenders. Looked all right. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I added it to my library because fuck it, it's free. Who knows?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? It's free. Yeah.
And it was one of those strange weeks where they. I mean, it's not too uncommon, but they're giving away two games this week. The other one is
What?
called Touch Type Tale, from a studio called Pumpernickel Studio.
I like that.
Uh, yeah, me too. The write up for that one says it's a real time strategy game with a typing twist featuring a story rich campaign and online competitive play that will delight even the most hardened real time strategy veterans. But yeah, so like you type in words to do
I
things.
I saw the trailer for it. It looks really cool. I think if you're someone that wants to improve your typing skills, um, definitely pick this game up.
Yeah,
Because you basically control the entire game by typing. Like if you want certain actions to be made, you have to type a certain word out to be able to do it. Like whether it's customizing your city, upgrading your units, or even just placing your units in strategic like points, you have to type everything out to do that.
yeah,
It's a really cool concept.
yeah. I like the concept. I don't know if it's something that's up my alley, but like any other free Epic game, I added it to my
Mhm.
library. Did you add it to your library?
I did not. I don't have well, I do have an Epic account, but I haven't used Epic in a long time, and I don't feel like downloading it on my computer.
Motherfucker. All right, you're just gonna have to play this the old-fashioned way with cold hard cash.
Dang.
All right. What are
I
we
love
playing,
that.
dude? What are we playing? Do I even need to ask you what you're playing?
What are we playing?
What are you playing there, Oscar? Tell
Hey, what do
me.
you want from me?
What have you been playing, brother?
I have still been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I can't get off of it.
Every time I try to get out, they pull me right back in.
It keeps calling me back. No, I'm still enjoying the game. I I will admit I do feel myself starting to slow down, so I may have to play another game alongside it.
Hmm.
Um, because I'm almost done with the game. I feel like I should probably just finish and get to the end of the story, but it's the side content, bro. The side content keeps pulling me.
But
I can't not want to do the side content.
you also mentioned earlier that you were playing a little bit of Power World this morning with the misses.
Hey,
Anything that you wanted to say about that? Like you've have you seen like the recent reports about them having to change things out of the game because of the lawsuit with Nintendo?
I have not read this, but that doesn't surprise me. Do we
Uh,
know what those specific things are by chance?
Yes. As of right now, you are no longer going to be able to glide on animals, or like you won't be able to use them to like fly you around or anything. They're going to give you a glider or something like that.
Uh,
So
yeah,
Nintendo decided to patent the idea of riding animals, like, so
that's
good.
so crazy, bro.
So they're
Because
going to
then,
sue
where
everybody.
does that end?
Right. Like,
Monster Hunter lets you ride animals. Are they gonna sue Monster Hunter?
right. Like, I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. And then
That's
also
so crazy.
I think it's also the catching of the pals. Like, you're not going to be able to use the balls anymore. I forget exactly, but they're going to be patching those things out if they haven't already. So I was going to ask you if you noticed anything different, or like how
Honestly,
is the
no, I
game?
haven't. Honestly, we're kind of like in the late game, so we're trying to just defeat like some of the late game bosses, like the tower bosses, and then like just try and catch like all the pals. It's kind of a slow burn.
Okay.
Um, but we're just trying to be efficient with all the resources that we have. At this point, it's basically just a resource management game,
Okay. Okay.
trying to create like high level gear, some pal spheres to capture pals. High tier pals. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna probably have to say goodbye to those pal spheres, man. I'm pretty
oh,
sure.
is that something they're not doing anymore?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that they're gonna
That's
nix
so whack.
on their next update.
That's so whack. Can I just say, I
But
think Japan, with their legal system, just needs reform. There's absolutely no reason for other countries to follow Japan's legal bullcrap because there's so many loopholes and so many things that you can just manipulate.
yeah,
Like,
plus, like, I think that was part of
fuck
the
that shit.
story. Not just to jump in, to add to what you're saying is like
Uh,
there like part of the story was the fact that they didn't have a patent on some of these things they until after the fact,
yeah, yeah,
and and
until
and
after the fact.
and they're letting it ride like that. That's so fucked up,
That
man.
that's so fucking stupid.
I hate it.
But
I
it's stupid that they're able to do that in the first place. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
That's why I say Japan and not specifically Nintendo. Although I will admit Nintendo is being very assholish about it. Like to have absolutely no competition against uh, Pokemon is, I think that's atrocious in my opinion. And I
It
think
is.
Pokemon rightfully needs the competition because they've stagnated so much with
Yeah.
the recent games. At least I feel like it. It feels like the games have stagnated. Pal World is a breath of fresh air, honest to God. Personally, I think it's better than Pokemon. Just
Yeah,
at the amount of crazy shit that it allows you to do and all the things that you have at your disposal, it's kind of fucked up that Nintendo what's the studio that owns Pokemon?
is it Game Freak? It's not Game Freak, is
Yeah,
it?
Game Freak. I can't
Niantic,
believe they're
maybe?
going like they're trying to take it to this extent.
Yeah, it is kind of bullshit. I think plenty of people agree with you. They definitely need the competition, otherwise they're just gonna keep churning out crap, and
It's
not
gonna be the
trying.
same bullshit every year, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Bullshit.
That is
I
some.
hate that shit. Fuck Japan's legal system, and it's really fucking stupid that everywhere else has to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, they even said something about like in the end user license agreement for the Switch 2, like you have to agree that if they think you're like hacking your machine or anything like that, or adding
Mhm.
homebrew or anything like that, then they can, like, they
They
have the
have the
right to
right.
brick your shit.
That's so dog shit, dude.
Dude. Oh man, that pissed me off. I was like, dude, you
Yeah.
fucking
It's
bastards.
stuff like that that's anti-consumer that pisses me off, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty shit, man. But
Yeah.
I think that's just going to be a challenge to the people that do hack their machines. Like, they're probably going to like take that as a
They'll
challenge.
find a
They're going to,
workaround.
yeah, they're going to lean back, crack their knuckles and be like, "All right, bitch, you want to fucking play? Let's do this."
Put on their sweatband.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right,
The,
Nintendo, you want to play?
and then like the just going like in a montage fashion, just fucking taking it to Nintendo, man, with some
You know,
80s music playing.
Eye of the Tiger playing in the
Hmm.
background.
Yeah.
Love that shit. No, I love the modding community and the what's the word? The emulation community.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've
Good
they've
for them.
they've done some great work over the years, man.
Definitely. Definitely. Hats off to those guys. Is that all you've been playing this week? Just those two?
Yes.
Gotcha. I've been
What about
playing
you?
two games. Two games. Well, I finished Soma. I was playing it a little while back, and I put it down. I want to say halfway through, got
Grr.
distracted by something else. I forget what the fuck it distracted me from it, but it's a sci-fi horror game, developed by Frictional Games, creators of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, which is widely
Oh
considered.
shit.
Mhm. I've never played it, but it's considered to be one of the most influential horror games of that decade, whenever the fuck it came out.
I know why.
Did you ever play that one?
I did play it a
Amnesia?
little bit.
Okay,
I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, so I never played it all the way through.
I got you. Yeah, I heard that one's actually pretty scary. I'll go off and say like this one wasn't really all that scary, but
Mhm.
there's some great shit in here. To kind of give you guys an idea, it released back in 2015. The story begins in 2015, and so you play as this guy Simon Jarrett. He gets into a pretty bad car accident right at the very beginning of the game, right? Uh, he agrees to undergo an experimental brain scan. It's supposed to treat his brain damage. And he wakes up almost 100 years later in an underwater facility with no memory at all of how he got there. And like most of the gameplay comes from just exploring, sneaking around, creepy boys, throwing shit to
Mhm.
distract them. And most importantly, though, you have to fucking pay attention. There's no heads up display. There's no compass to guide you. No map to open up, see where you are. Like you have to pay attention to the dialogue to figure out where you're gonna go next.
Uh-huh.
Um, and when you get there, there might be like a light puzzle to figure out. Um, the controls are really simple. I'm going off my notes here. I was just like, okay, there's a run button, a grab button, throw, and a crouch. That's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Um, oh,
Oh, so it's bare bones.
it's pretty bare bones. Yeah, there is an interact button for like computers and shit. Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, there really wasn't much in terms of terror in this game, as opposed to Amnesia. But the story is really good. It's emotional at times, and it touches on some existential shit that I'd rather not spoil.
Mhm.
But I loved it. It was awesome. If I had to knock it for something, the voice acting is pretty shit. If you ask me, um, I was telling Chelsea about this, and she was like, "Is it as bad as House of the Dead Overkill?" No, nowhere near as bad. even even so, that one suffered more from like shit dialogue than shit acting. But I don't know, the voice acting in this game is kind of subpar, kind of in the same way. Did you play Resident Evil 7 or 8?
I did not.
Are you familiar, like have you seen any gameplay footage or anything like that? Like basically the guy that you play as, Ethan, like his voice acting is so abysmally bad in my eyes, and I've never really seen anybody say anything about it, so I might be alone in this.
Oh.
I don't know if I sound like a snobby or whatever, but yeah, it's like on par with that kind of voice acting. But other than that, that's the only thing I can
Interesting.
knock it for. Otherwise, this game was fucking awesome. I loved it. Would recommend. Um,
Soma.
yeah, Soma was really cool. Aside from Soma, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country 2: P Diddy's Conquest. Um,
P. Diddy's Conquest.
yeah,
So that's what he's doing outside the courtroom.
yeah, I thought you'd like that.
That's
S-
crazy.
so we spoke briefly about the classic Donkey Kong Country games on, I think it was the last episode, and
Hey,
after I said that I'd finished the first two, I realized I couldn't remember actually finishing the second one, so I figured it would be my winding down game before bed. So
time for
um,
replay.
so I'm playing it on the 3DS. The game originally released back in 1995 for anybody that doesn't know, for the SNES. And so to give you an idea, so it's basically Donkey Kong's been kidnapped by Captain K. Rool, not King K. Rool in this one.
Mhm.
So P Diddy and his girl Dixie have to go save him. It's a pretty simple story. In terms of gameplay, P Diddy, he's faster, but Dixie can glide, so they both have value. Um,
Uh,
Plus, there's some secrets in the levels that have barrels that only a certain one of them can activate. So there's incentive to try to not get one of them killed. So there's incentive
gotcha.
to like keep them together. Yeah, and you can like there's this cool little mechanic where you can put the other one on your shoulders and throw them like a barrel or something up or to the left, to the right,
Uh,
and that can help you get into cool little areas that that wasn't in the first game. Uh, the platforming is awesome. It's peak shit right here, man. You have the little rideable animal friends in there, like the
Nice.
rhino, the ostrich, the swordfish from the first game.
They're back.
They added a parrot and a snake. I haven't seen any other ones, so I don't remember if there were any other ones. I may
Hmm.
have already gotten farther than I ever did before. So yeah. But yeah, if you have access to these, which I think you do since you have Nintendo Switch Online, I,
Three.
some of the most excellent 2D platformers you can fucking play, man. If you're ever in the mood for some good classic shit, man, I would highly recommend the old Donkey Kong Country
I
games, man.
think they recently just added three.
Oh, to
Country Returns 3. Or not Country Returns, but Country 3.
the one with the baby. I
Yes, to the NSO.
I always want to call him Huey, but I know that's not his name. He just looks like a fucking Huey.
Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that's all I've been playing this week. So we can jump into our little news section, so news, rumors, and leaks.
Okay.
For the week, we got number one. Check this shit out. PlayStation Studios is expanding with a new Bellevue, Washington-based studio called Team LFG,
Let's
originated
fucking go.
exactly. Originating from Bungie and composed of developers from across the industry, Team LFG is currently
Let's
working on
fucking
an.
go.
We just get a little sound bit that says "Let's fucking go" every time we mention these guys.
We should.
So they're currently working on what they call an ambitious team-based action game. So um, the LFG in Team LFG actually stands for looking for a group, apparently, not let's fucking go like everybody thinks.
What?
And I know it's so stupid, whatever.
It's
Uh,
stupid.
it's so dumb. Let's fucking go rules. It's kind of like that one game. It was called GTFO. I was like, if that doesn't stand for get the fuck out, then like fuck this game. But it does, so
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm buying it and then refunding that shit.
Right. um, So the team said, "quote We are driven by a mission to create games where players can find friendship, community, and belonging." Our first ellipsis. Our first game is a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games, which nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about when they say that.
What the hell does that mean?
What is a frog-type game? You mean like Frogger or Gex wasn't a frog? He was a lizard.
No, he was like a little salamander.
Yeah, he's coming back too. Heard about
Little
that?
sneaky
Did
snake.
you see the stupid fucking there's a I know this is like completely off topic, but the Gex trilogy is coming
Oh,
back and there's an edition that you can buy where it comes with like a blow up doll of Gex.
no.
Dude, I swear to God. Look it up. Not right now, but later. Or I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's real. It's real. You can get a blow up doll of fucking Gex. It's I
I
don't know
know
where
what I'm
people's
spending
mental.
my money on.
Yeah, really. Really. That lizard ussy.
I want that.
All right, players will inhabit a lighthearted comedic world set in a brand new mythic science fantasy universe. We can't wait to reveal more. End quote. So, yeah, everything we just said was a quote from them. But yeah, anyways, do you have anything to
I
say about these guys?
have my expectations low
Agreed.
because
Agreed.
when you use buzzwords like originating from Bungie and composed of developers from across the industry, you know that game's gonna be shit. But please, by all means, prove me wrong.
Yeah,
But
I'm.
I don't know, bro. Like using other like game studios to kind of hype up the shit that you're working on doesn't really like get me excited.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Because they actually went into more detail, saying that they got people from like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Fortnite, Roblox, basically the who's who of online multiplayer games.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess I should expand further on that thought. Specifically, those game companies. That's why I'm not excited. Like if you were telling me Square Enix was working with these guys, I'd probably get excited.
But like
It
like
just depends. But Bungie's not a name, unfortunately, that gets me excited much anymore.
yeah, facts. Um, when it comes to excitement for a studio, like what's the point in getting excited? Like we're probably not going to hear shit from these guys for years, and
Yeah.
you know, so like no game, no hype. I guess I've heard that
Yeah,
used before. I
yeah,
appreciate that. Also, for the most part, for me, multiplayer games just aren't my thing. So one exception
yeah.
being number two. EA CEO Andrew Wilson announced during a press release that this summer we should expect a full reveal for their new Battlefield game. Ah, yes. Back in February, players
Battlefield.
were invited to join Battlefield Labs to playtest the game in its pre alpha state and submit feedback on destruction, gunplay, and movement. The latest entry of the Battlefield franchise is being developed by multiple teams under the Battlefield Studios umbrella, those teams being DICE, who's leading the multiplayer component, Motive Studio, known for the Dead Space remake. They're working on the single player campaign and some multiplayer maps. Ripple
Nice.
Effect Studios, their role has yet to be fully detailed. Criterion Games, if that sounds familiar, those are the guys behind games like Need for Speed, and they're contributing to the single player campaign. Um, and then Battlefield Central Technology (BCT) team providing tech and support across all the studios. So it's kind of a big project here, and I know Battlefield isn't much your thing, but if I can kind of guide you into a position to maybe keep an open mind about this one. A guy named Vince Zampella, he's overseeing the
Mhm.
project, and if he sounds familiar, he's the co-founder of Infinity Ward, the makers of Call of Duty 4, which launched Call of Duty into
Ooh.
the franchise it is today. Um,
Yes.
so he left and created Respawn Entertainment, the studio behind Titanfall, Apex Legends, Jedi Fallen Order, that type of shit. And
Mhm.
he's kind of my only real argument for this game. Uh, he's never come off as the kind of boss who wants to put out half baked games for full price and then promise to fix it later after they've gotten your
Yeah.
money. Like, and it's something I would also say, like, to anybody who said, well, what about 2042? Like, he was put in charge after the shit show that was Battlefield 2042. So I don't know. Vince Zampella is fucking running the show here, man. Like, come on. Like, this game is probably going to be awesome. The footage, everything I've seen looked fucking awesome. That was pre-alpha. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to put my fucking hands on this game. However, I'm not going to pre-order this shit. I'm going to wait for reviews like everyone should do with every game. So, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
The thing I want to say is I'm down to play any Battlefield game as long as I can actually play it. The EA launcher is a travesty to mankind. Put that shit on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, these stupid
Fuck,
extra launchers are so dumb, dude.
fuck the EA launcher, bro. That thing's a fucking nightmare to work around.
Yeah, yeah, I don't like it. I think we tried to play Battlefield 1 together, you and I and Kevin,
And Kevin,
and two of us could get in at a time, but not three of us. That was
not
so
the third. Yeah, that was a nightmare to try and figure out.
yeah, hopefully they
We
get this shit together cuz that shit is exciting.
we couldn't even figure it out. We
Yeah,
ended up just not playing.
yeah, one of you guys, I think it was I think Kevin
Kevin
bounced
left.
out and then you and I were able to
Yeah,
get in no problem.
yeah. Kevin got fed up. I don't blame him though.
Yeah, neither do I.
But yeah, put that shit on Steam and I'll play it. Honest to God, like just don't put it on the EA launcher for the love of God. If you want your game to survive, the next Battlefield game, if it wants to survive, put it on Steam.
You hear that,
Don't
Vince?
no bullshit.
There's your winning
Absolutely
formula.
no fucking bullshit. That is a winning formula. Make your game easy to play. Make it so that you can get 64 of your friends in one server. Done deal.
Do you have 64? I don't even have 64 friends, man.
I
There's
don't
no
think I
fucking
have
way.
64 friends. But regardless, that was a metaphor for just being able to
Yeah,
three people get three people in a squad at least,
seriously.
and
Yeah,
it's golden.
yeah. Let us squad up, man. Whether it's yeah, enough people for a squad, man. Oh, dude. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't wait. If you've seen any of the footage, man, I think you'd share some of my excitement. The game looks fucking awesome. It
I
looks
mean,
awesome.
what is the game called specifically?
They haven't said it's basically leaked footage from the Battlefield Labs testing thing. So I don't think they've put a name on the new Battlefield yet, but it's like, here, come test out the new Battlefield was pre-alpha or whatever. And so you can tell it's pre-alpha footage, but it looks fucking awesome. Ugh.
Oh shit, the game does look sick. But yeah, just fucking make it playable.
Dude, seriously, yes.
Make the game playable. Make it easy to play.
Yep.
Like easy to get into, easy to drop in with a squad. No bullshit, bro. Honest to God. You fix that, I think any Battlefield game will do fine.
Hell yeah. Number 3, Nintendo Switch 2 price changes, dude. Fucking Shuntaro Furukawa, I believe is how you
Fuck
pronounce his
that
name.
guy.
Okay, shit.
Starting off
Harsh
strong.
words. Fuck that guy. Fuck you.
I'm
Nintendo's
just kidding. I'm
president,
kidding. I'm kidding.
the president of Nintendo. You watch your mouth, sir. Uh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you take that back. You bow as low as you can fucking get, man. I want your nose to be touching the ground.
I want to be
Uh,
sniffing dirt.
so he told the investors via Yahoo News, translated by Genki or Genki. I think it's Genki.
Genki, I believe.
Yeah,
No, that's Genki.
Genki, whatever. That while the priority is to quickly popularize the Nintendo Switch 2, future tariff changes could impact its price. The president of Nintendo did not specify whether the price would go up or down. But I don't know, man. Do you have any thoughts off on this? The potential.
Uh, that is corporate speak for if tariffs mess with the Nintendo, they'll increase the price, but they most likely will not bring the price down.
Hmm. Yeah.
Companies almost always never bring their prices back down.
Mm.
I
What if it fucks with your pre-order? You know, like what if you get a call saying like, "Hey,
like
yeah, remember when
you
I
owe
said
us
it
a
was
bit
like
more, bud.
450?" Yeah, it's like, "Hey, bud, you're 450. The tariffs, it's
Yeah,
like
like
600 bucks
600
now
now, so you owe us 150.
each. 'Cause you got two of them.
Nah, I don't think they can do that.
I don't know either. I don't
I
fucking
don't
know.
think they would be. Well, maybe they could technically because they haven't taken the money out yet.
Mm.
For
Mm.
Target,
Mm.
because that's where I got my pre-order in. But I think it would be really scummy to do that
Yeah. Yeah. I
because then
agree.
that would that would also be anti-consumer. That would fuck a lot of people over.
But I don't know if anyone's more anti-consumer than Nintendo nowadays, it
The
seems.
Nintendo, yeah.
But
I mean, most companies are, but Nintendo is just really egregious with some of the stuff that they do. It's blatant too.
oh yeah, yeah, middle fingers in
You
the
like
air.
you know what kind of scummy shit they're getting their hands into.
Yeah, truth. Um, yeah, so like I don't fully understand this type of thing, but I was trying to do a little bit of research, and from what I found, okay, so they're $450 at launch. The consoles are manufactured in China and in Vietnam.
Kinda.
Um, China. And so from what I understand, anything that comes to the US from China has a 145% tariff on it, right? I don't know if that's
Hey,
accurate and up to date, but let's, for the sake of argument, go with 145% because that's what I found the other day.
okay,
Um,
Bobby.
but there's a 90-day freeze which extends past the Switch 2 release date. So that bullshit I was trying to egg you on about a few moments ago, like that's probably
Won't
not,
happen.
yeah, it's probably not going to be a problem. Um,
Beautiful.
but then it also said that Vietnam has a 10% tariff on it, which is significantly lower.
Yes.
Now, since okay, do they cancel each other out? Like, since we're getting switches from both, would the price be more of like a 135% hike instead of 100 and what was that 155? You know,
Uh,
since, like I don't even know if I'm articulating that correctly. Like, does that make sense? Like, so we're getting them both from Vietnam and China. China has a 145 tariff on it, but then Vietnam only has 10%. Like, do those cancel each other out? Is it 145 minus the 10%, or is it 145 plus the 10? And now we have a boom 155% tariff on each switch. Like, do you know? Because I have no fucking idea.
I actually have no idea. That is
Okay,
an interesting point.
but
Um,
even so, 135% of $450 is just over 600 bucks. So
mhm,
600 bucks for a Switch 2, that might turn a lot of people the other way.
I think so. Which I don't think Nintendo would want. Which is
No.
probably why they're trying to bring them out of China and from Vietnam. I think that's the move.
Yeah, I need to
It's kind of crazy that sorry to bring this up, but
go
it's kind of
ahead. Go
crazy
ahead.
that because I'm trying not to say anything like too political, I guess you
Political.
can say, but
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy that this shit has become political because I think what I'm trying to say is China is kind of collapsing at the moment. A lot of people are like taking their factories and warehouses out of China and moving them to other countries. And
Yeah,
that's going terribly right now for the businesses in China. Like a lot of businesses, from my understanding, are closing down in China. But the ones that can kind of salvage themselves are just moving all of their inventory outside and exporting it to the US.
yeah, yeah.
From
So
my understanding.
I
I don't
wouldn't
know
know
if that's
any of
true
that.
or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I probably should look a little more into all that stuff because it does
It,
impact
it
my life, you know.
it does affect us now.
Yeah, so I gotta start doing some research, man. God damn it, man! There's always fucking something, you know.
Son of a bitch. Fuck.
It's
Why am I
always
so
fucking something.
stupid?
Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to play fucking video games and zone out, man. What the fuck? Why is someone's always got to start fucking with my life, you know?
That's so funny.
All right, but try
Hey,
to keep.
what do you want from me?
Yeah, what do you want? What do you
What
want? But I'll,
do
I'll
you want
try.
from me,
I'll
Nintendo?
try and keep us on track and not like spiraling into a political debate or anything. So we'll move
Yeah.
on to number four. Donkey Kong
Okay.
Bonanza has been listed under local multiplayer games on Nintendo's official website, according to Famiboard's user Tristan or Tristan, I don't know, via Nintendo Life. While potentially an oversight, this combined with the TBD player count on the official page for the open world Donkey Kong adventure is fueling multiplayer rumors. Um,
Speculation.
yeah, I think I mentioned on the last episode, I'm not super crazy stoked about this game. Like, I love me some Donkey Kong, but
Hmm.
I still want to check it out and all that, and whether or not it's multiplayer actually makes little to no difference to me. I just want to start with that. But did you have any thoughts on this?
I find it exciting. It just depends on how they implement it.
Hmm.
Because if it's like a proper like couch co-op where it's like two distinct individual characters that can be controlled by two individual controllers, um, I would like that because then that means me and my lady can play Donkey Kong Bonanza together.
That would be cool. But like, I don't know. This is the same team that made what Odyssey, right? So
I believe
like,
so.
the co-op in Odyssey was like one of you got to be the hat or some shit.
One of you got to be Cappy. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of hesitant a little bit.
Yes.
It's because I don't want to be fucking Cappy again.
Yeah, or some Donkey Kong equivalent, like you get to be like his sentient butt hairs or something.
His, his sentient banana.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here,
But then
here's the
like
real question.
what?
Oh, actually, no. I'll ask this before, after you, because it's not a very serious question. You go ahead, continue, but I'll keep it in mind.
I mean, okay, don't forget what you wanted to say because I
Okay.
want to hear it. But I tried to recreate what I was reading there, and I couldn't recreate it. Like I it could be that I'm an idiot. Nintendo's website sucks as bad as their digital storefront, or that it was either a mistake or a leak, and therefore they redacted it so
Mhm.
they can reveal it later on or not at all. But yeah, like when it's sitting here saying that it's been listed under local multiplayer games on the official website, all this stuff. Like I tried to find it. I don't know if I'm an idiot or not, but I couldn't find it. I don't know. So I'm
On the
taking this.
Nintendo website?
Yeah, like if you go to the Nintendo website and try to recreate what this person is saying, like at least for me, again, I might be an idiot. It's
Oh,
very possible that I'm an idiot and inept, but
Donkey Kong Banana.
banana.
What was
Yeah.
that? Funny.
uh but yeah, like even if you're not going to play as like if it's like full on co-op in an open world game on the Switch, like they'd have to render the world twice on one screen and all that. Like if they can do that, I'd be
Yeah.
impressed. But even so, like who are they going to put P Diddy in there? And like I can't see little P Diddy slamming around the ground like Donkey Kong, so I highly doubt
Yeah.
that that's even a thing. I don't know, fucking know,
He
man.
Diddy.
Little P Diddy, little Puff Daddy, P Diddy.
Yeah, I mean,
Are
yeah,
you
I
are
don't
you on
know.
the website trying to look at that? Because
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't
like
see anything though.
yeah, so anybody listening, take it with a grain of salt. We'll find out more soon enough.
And then you give me your grains of salt.
Exactly. Give me all of it. I want that salt. I need my
Give me all of
sodium.
your salt. Keeps
All
me
right.
hydrated.
All right. Moving on. Number 5.
Moving on. Oh wait,
Ban. What? Did you do it? Am I an idiot?
no, hold
Oh
on.
yeah, your thought. Your thought.
My thought. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Who would win?
Okay.
One Donkey Kong or 99 Marios?
Uh, I think one Mario would beat the shit out of one Donkey Kong, bro. Mario's my boy.
I
That's
don't
actually
know, bro.
that's.
Donkey Kong is he's pretty huge. He's got some muscles, man.
I
In this game,
mean,
he can shatter the ground beneath his feet.
yeah, he can just tunnel through the whole fucking planet or whatever. Yeah,
What I'm saying.
that's actually not a bad point, but Mario is kind of super. He's a super
Well,
guy.
all right, all
He
right. What about 99 Donkey Kongs and one Mario?
Donkey Kong any day, bro. Like they'd
Yeah, he
fucking
takes him
pummel
to
his ass.
school and back. Yep, they butt fuck him
So you think the 99 Marios would stand a chance against like what are your thoughts on that?
against
On
one Donkey Kong.
but against one Donkey Kong, maybe one supersized Donkey Kong.
No, it's because Donkey Kong has banana. I think
Mario any
Donkey
day.
Kong wins.
Dude,
Nah,
fuck that.
Donkey Kong, bro. Fuck,
Fuck
fuck
that.
Mario. Team Donkey Kong all the way, 100.
All right. Whatever.
Moving on. We can
No,
agree to disagree.
agree to disagree. It's so funny. Like we have the complete opposite stance when it comes to that,
Mm.
and the hundred men and the one gorilla.
The 100-man, one gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, we have like the complete opposite stance now. That I like that. That's a good way to bring it back to that. I love that.
Peace, senor.
Number 5, Bandai
Number 5.
Namco. Let me try to say that right. I'm sorry. Bandai Namco has rebounded strongly from a difficult fiscal year 2024, experiencing a nearly 1,000% profit increase driven by two major video game hits. The critically acclaimed Shadow of the Erdtree expansion boosted Elden Ring's sales, pushing the base game to 30 million units. Wow. Furthermore, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero quickly became a bestseller upon its October release, moving 5.4 million units worldwide and becoming the fastest selling Dragon Ball console title ever. What do you have to say about that shit?
I think that's justly deserved.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats to them.
I
That's
think,
awesome.
yeah, if it, uh, yeah, for those two games, I could definitely see it. Shadow of the Erdtree, like we already knew Elden Ring was popular, right?
Hmm.
Fucking Shadow of the Erdtree, like an expansion for the base game, that that's gonna do well.
Yeah.
And just expanding on the story and all the side characters that we got little glimpses from like tomes and shit, like this like mended into the story, like we're getting more of that. And
Hmm.
then Sparking Zero, that's a no-brainer. It's Dragon Ball, bro. Dragon Ball's always going to sell very well.
Yeah. 100%, man.
But
And
yeah,
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think Sparking Zero had it more though because it kind of brought people back. It kind of played on people's nostalgia for the Budokai Tenkaichi games. I don't know if
Hmm.
you've ever played those, but man, those are some of the greatest games on like the PS2 era.
Yeah, I played one, but it was on my buddy's computer and it was a ROM and it
Mm.
was all in Japanese, so we were just kind of
Oh,
yeah, we didn't understand what the hell we were doing, but yeah, it was
had to
cool, man.
guess. Yeah, Budokai Tenkaichi is a top tier game, and if Sparking Zero is anything like it, I can see why it sold so many units.
Yeah, I remember when we got together at your place a little while
Mm.
ago. I think Carlos brought it over, and
He did.
he and his brother were playing, and it looked so cool, man. But they were kicking each other's ass, and they're trying to like pass the controller around to other people to like fight them, and I'm like,
So like,
dude,
no, I'm
dude,
good.
no,
They were
no,
doing some crazy shit. It looked
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it looks fucking awesome, man. Great shit, man. I
Look,
used to love
a
that
little,
series.
yeah, a little intimidating, but it looked really cool.
Hmm.
It's definitely a game I want to pick up though. Sparking Zero, I never bought it. I want to though.
Yeah, it's
There's
never
just
too late, man.
so many good games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where do you put all your time and money? Because shit
Gotta
ain't
pick and
cheap either.
choose.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait for a sale or something, maybe. But yeah, Bandai Namco, I think they have Night Rain, Elden Ring Night Rain coming out later on this month,
Yeah,
so
that
that should
too.
help. That's probably going to be huge for them. Um,
Again,
Maybe Patapon 1 and 2 replay. Have you ever fucked with Patapon? It's like a little
Patapon?
rhythm. Yeah, it's like a little rhythm based game. They really cute little games. They have I don't remember if there were only two, but I'm just gonna say the first and the second game. They're remasters
Oh,
or something. Yeah, really cute. That's
yeah,
coming out later on.
I
They're
see
not
that.
they're not publishing that Dusk Bloods game, right? That's Nintendo and FromSoft, right? Like I don't think
I
Bandai
believe
Namco
so.
is doing that one. Okay, so either way, congratulations to them. But yeah, that's gonna be hard to top, man. Hopefully, Night Rain brings them some more cash. Cash, so much
I
cash.
mean, if it's the same thing as Elden Ring, just with a multiplayer spin on it, bro, I guarantee it'll bring in cash.
Mm, yeah, definitely.
Because that's kind of what everybody's been begging from software to do is to just make the games more multiplayer-esque, and it seems like that's what they're kind of giving the people.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Fucking next up, we've got. I think that yeah, this is our last piece of news here.
That.
While Grand While Grand Theft Auto 6 has been pushed to 2026, rumors are circulating about a potential remaster or port of GTA 4 that could arrive relatively soon. According to
No.
reliable tipster Tez2 on the GTA forums, a port of the 2008 open world classic for modern consoles might be in development and could launch before the end of 2025. Tez2 cited a hint from someone at Rockstar and suggested this might explain the recent takedown of the Liberty City Preservation Project mod. Furthermore, Tez2 indicated that a Max Payne 3 port could follow if Rockstar's plans hold. These potential ports are speculated to be for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, though Switch compatibility is uncertain. It's important to note that none of this is confirmed, but what is known is that Remedy is currently working with Rockstar on a remake of both Max Payne 1 and 2 with an unknown release date for the project. Um, that's dope. That's dope. Uh,
I agree.
GTA 4, were you a fan?
I was a huge fan. I
Awesome, dude.
hope they keep the swing set that launches you like
Oh, yeah.
100 feet in the
Yeah.
air.
You, you know what's funny is that that mod that apparently got shut down. I had to look into it because I wasn't
Oh,
familiar with it. That mod is for GTA 5 that recreates Liberty City with everything from GTA 4's
oh, what?
like their NPCs, the vehicles, radio stations, including that little swing set glitch and everything. Like they put all that in,
That's so cool.
but Rockstar shut that shit down just recently. So that's sad.
No, how
Yeah,
could they?
yeah, dude. But yeah, I love GTA 4 also. I would love to play it again, especially in a remastered form. Um, some folks say that it already feels remastered if you play it on an Xbox Series X, and I do have my original Xbox 360 copy of it. So I don't know, but I don't have a Series X, so whatever. Fuck me.
My thing, my thing is if they do remaster it, I need them to not use the Rockstar launcher. 'Cause I don't know if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto 4 on Steam. You
No,
have
I
to go
have it,
through
but I
like the
never. No,
you have to go through the Rockstar launcher and it fucking sucks.
I think you have to do that with all their games, don't you? No,
Maybe. I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know.
don't know if you have to do that with Red Dead 2, but that shit sucks, dude.
Uh, that's so funny.
It's
I don't know
actually
why I
so
did.
painful.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, but that is a game I do look fondly back on.
Oh hell yeah,
I would be excited if it got a remaster.
me too. Me too. Just upres that shit. Oh yeah, I'll eat that shit
Yeah,
up, man. I
yes,
will eat it
sir.
up. But
Not even
if
any new content. Just give me the same old game.
yeah, same game with just with the expansions, the Lost and Damned and the Ballad. Like that would be
Hmm.
fucking sweet, dude. Those were great little expansions. Um, but then I remember there was a little consternation when they remastered or ported Red Dead One, and it was like full price. So if they do this, expect it to be a full price game, dude. Like they're like don't be caught off guard when it's like a $60 or $70 game that's 100 years old. You know, just
I think I'd be okay with it.
yeah, as long as it
Did they
works.
remaster Red Dead?
I don't think it was a remaster. I think it was just like a port. I think, but They ported it to, I think it was like PC and the modern consoles.
I
I
see
don't
that.
I don't know if they upresed it or what they did, but it was like full price, and I remember a lot of people were pissed off about that. So just expect the same treatment for GTA 4 if they actually are remastering it, folks.
Interesting.
But more than anything, this makes me more excited for Remedy's Max Payne 1 and 2 remake, dude. Like, oh, just
Oh
to
yeah.
just to glaze Remedy a little more, man. Yeah, dude. So they are working on. It sounds like they're combining the two games into one remake. So that's eating good, bro. Eating good.
We are eating good as gamers nowadays. We're eating so good.
Yeah, dude. Give me that shit. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well,
We game. Sorry, I just want to go on another rant. We gamers need to stick together and we need to rise up. If there's shit that we don't like, we have to let game developers know.
yeah, and the best way to protest against that is to just not buy their shit. Like wait for the reviews. Don't fucking pre-order stuff. Wait to find
Don't
out. Like
don't
there's got to be someone out there whose reviews you would trust more than others. Like I know some reviewers are kind of fucking. You can tell they got money shoved up their ass to say the right things, but everyone's kind of got.
absolutely.
You've probably got one of your go tos or a couple of go to reviewers that like you respect and 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 appreciate their thoughts on games. Like wait for them, dude. Just these games aren't going anywhere, especially digital. If you don't give a fuck and you're going digital, like your boy here, I'm all about that shit. You don't need to
Dude,
pre-order it. Like the little incentives. Oh, you get a cool little outfit. Like who gives a shit, dude? Fucking
fuck
don't
that
pre-order
shit.
shit. Don't buy it. You know. Don't buy a broken ass game at launch with the promise of fixing it later. Wait until it's fixed and then
Don't
goes on sale. If you give a
don't
shit.
let them use psychology to mess with your head to think that you need to buy it that same day.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't allow them.
The
They do
FOMO.
that shit with social media already. Don't
Hmm.
let them do that to us with video games.
Exactly. All
On
right,
that
but
point, that thing that you said about the YouTube reviewers, that shit happened to me one time, bro. I was
what?
pissed.
Oh, you got
I was-
burned?
yeah, there was a game. So this guy basically got an early review of the game, and he was talking like mad respect to the game, basically just singing its praises, right? And this is
Hmm.
like the day before it comes out. So I pre-order this shit, right? And then the next day when it comes out, I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. He puts out a review, another review, talking about how shit the game is and all the faults that it had. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? You literally just came out
What?
with a video saying that it was like the best thing you've ever played and you were so excited for it and like this is game changing, like I'm like, what?
My curiosity is getting the better of me. What game was it?
I won't say.
Come on, you fucking pussy. Tell me. You
It
pussy
was
lanimus.
Cyberpunk.
It was Cyber. I fucking
It
knew
was
it, dude.
Cyberpunk.
Because, yeah, I
Yeah, they got
remember.
they got me with that shit.
I remember that shit. I bought my laptop. My gaming. That was the first time I ever bought a gaming PC. I bought
Uh,
it because of Cyberpunk. So I know that the game had a lot of problems at launch on the other consoles, but I didn't really have too much of a problem. It wasn't what it was later on. Like I want to say I put like maybe 10 to 15 hours in the launch version, and then like
mm.
they came out and said, "Sorry, we're gonna fix it. Give us time." Blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I uninstalled it, and then I went back when the fuck, what was it? Something about Liberty, something Liberty.
Oh
The
god, I forgot the name of the expansion.
Yeah, the fucking
Phantom
expansion,
Liberty?
Phantom Liberty. Thank you. So I reinstalled it when Phantom Liberty dropped, and oh, dude, it was fucking excellent, excellent. But yeah,
Yeah,
it sure
now
as fuck wasn't like that in the first place, though.
now as a game, I think it's good. But
Oh
at
yeah,
the beginning, Cyberpunk definitely was not what everybody was hyping. That's the thing that got me is that it wasn't what everybody was hyping it up to be, and it kind of pissed me off that like this reviewer had an opinion, basically for the money
yeah.
before the day of the release, and then once he got his money and saw that everybody started shitting out, he tried to save face by coming out with a negative review basically. That didn't sit right
Mm,
with me, so for me, unfortunately, I had already spent the money, and I probably should have returned the game, but I kept it just in faith that it would improve over time.
Yeah,
Um, but it didn't sit right with me.
I got you. Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. They're yeah, you can't take everybody's word, but do you have your own
Absolutely.
little go to guys nowadays that like for me, I have a couple that I would go to like to listen to what they have to say about Doom before I buy Doom, because I'm on a budget, man. We're
Yeah.
we're full time workers,
Honestly,
so got to pick
honestly,
and
no, not
choose.
anybody that I can think of off the top of my head. I just do my own research. I see what the community says. I'll look at like
Mm.
Steam reviews and then like reviews on YouTube. So I kind of just get like general information from everywhere. See what
Yeah,
people are saying about the game.
yeah, for sure. That's a good way to go about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a little winding down chat here, got one little question here. What are some old games that we would like to see get the remaster or maybe even the remake treatment? We asked this in our Discord, and we got a couple of folks jumped in. Suga, also known as Tarv, he says
Tarv Nation.
he says, quote, with the success of the Oblivion remake, I have no doubt the remasters of the Fallout games will be in the works, especially with season 2 of the show coming out soon. Bell King, our boy Pat, he said, quote, I'm hoping the Fallout remasters will incorporate some of the things that Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 did right, but still have the same feelings that the originals had. And then Rizzy Roach, our boy Ray, he said just straight up, Conquer's bad for a day.
Oh,
Oh
I
man,
love Ray.
yeah, he's great. Just
He's
Conquer.
so funny.
But you made the point that that game was actually remastered once, so you got to tell him
It
that.
was.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
told him, but he
Nah,
needs
we
he
didn't get a
needs to
chance to
know.
talk this week. Yeah,
Um,
I'll tell him because it did get a remake as Conker's Alive and Reloaded. But I think I don't even know if that game would get a remake for modern audiences because it was
no.
pretty. No, I don't think so. It wouldn't do. I don't think it would do well in today's market.
Yeah,
Not
I,
even
I
a sequel, I think, would do well.
I need to get around to playing that. It's one of the only games that Chelsea I think has ever played of,
Mhm.
and she recommends the fuck out of it. We have that the rare replay on the Xbox, so it's
Oh,
in there. It's the original N64 version of it. So I do have to get around to playing that. It looks like such a funny good old time, dude. Um, I do agree with Pat and Tarv on the Fallout 3. I mean, it was part of that same leaked document that showed, I think it was Bethesda's upcoming projects back, and it was on that same one as the Oblivion remaster,
mhm.
and
And we
back
all know what happened with that.
exactly, it's real, dude. It's fucking real. So Fallout 3, one of my all-time favorite games, is getting a remaster at some point, and oh, dude, I'd be so fucking happy if they just give it that same treatment, put some
I
running
think
in
Fallout
there.
fans would deserve it.
Oh yeah,
Honest
yeah,
to God.
yeah, hundred
Yeah.
percent, hundred
They
percent.
should also fucking remake Morrowind. I hear that one's fantastic.
Yeah, but I,
Everybody in there.
I've heard it's
Go
so
ahead.
different. I've heard it's so different though that like you'd really have to make it a brand new game to bring it to modern
Oh,
consoles. Yeah, like I don't
not a
understand because
remaster,
I
a remake.
yeah, like it's just very different from the other games. So I don't know. If if I had to choose anything outside of like Fallout 3, since the other guys in the Discord have already picked that one, I would go with
Mhm.
Resistance 1 and 2. Those two deserve a remake, and the third game was really good. I would just say remaster that one. Remaster that one, bring it forward, make it pretty. That game was fucking awesome. One of the best first person games I remember ever playing. But the first Resistance game and the second one, they could use some help. But they were so cool though. They were so cool. Like, did you ever play Resistance, the trilogy?
No, nine. I've
Oh,
never.
dude, some of those guns and stuff, and the Chimera were so fucking cool as an enemy type, and yeah, it's such a great series. It's sad that it's so dormant and like just completely forgotten. But anyways, I rest my case. What about you? Who deserves the remaster remake treatment in your eyes?
I would like to say before I say that, that Conquer Live and Reloaded, you can buy it on Xbox. It is $10.
Get fucked.
So it
Cool,
is easily available.
cool. You hear that, Ray?
Yeah,
You,
fuck you, Ray. You can buy that shit. Just get an Xbox. Xbox Game Pass.
Game Pass, toddler stance.
Absolutely. I'm feeling a bit aggressive today, so I'm gonna say fuck you, Sony. I a game that I would love to see get remastered. Two
Uh-huh.
games actually.
All right.
Dark Clouds 1 and 2.
Dark.
Severely, severely underrated games, and I want them to get. I want Level 5 Studios to give those games a proper remaster because, bro, I fucking love those games. The music, the aesthetic, the characters, the story, everything about those games is awesome.
Oh yeah,
And
this
I
is a
have,
you recommended this one to me, right? On the PS2.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
I have fond memories of playing these games when I was younger.
Indeed. Was it
I
just the first two games? Did they ever continue on?
no, Level 5 Studio kind of just went on and made several different games. Most notably Nino Kuni 1 and 2. They
Hmm.
did have another game that kind of looked like Dark Cloud on PS2. It was called Rogue Galaxy, but I don't think it played the same. I haven't played it yet, but I do own it.
Gotcha. Turn this dark cloud into a T-shaped cloud. You ever seen that
But
video? The turn this
no.
cloud into oh dude. Turn
You
this
gotta send that to
cloud.
me. That
Oh
sounds
dude, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, this guy is just like looking up at a cloud and he's going, turn this cloud into a T shape. And he just keeps saying it more and more stupid. It was
It
funny.
sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like classic YouTube shit right there. I'll send it to you later.
Yeah. That's one game. Or two games. Two of many that I would want, but I think they would sell well for modern audiences.
Yeah, it might be one of those where they show a teaser trailer and the audience loses their minds and a couple of people are sitting there crying. You know?
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I never thought it would come true.
Right, right.
And you can play these games, like they are available on the Sony, like the PlayStation Store. You can buy them.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah,
boom. Well, there you go, man.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
I want them. I want them to have a remaster and God of War, the original God of War trilogy. I need those
oh,
games to have a remaster.
that would be cool. They did get
Well,
remastered, but you mean like re-remastered.
a remaster, yeah, for modern hardware.
I
Well, yeah,
got you.
I own the PS3 remaster, the one that has like all three of the games on
Mm-hmm.
disc.
Mm-hmm.
I own that, but I
Sick.
want to be able to play that shit on modern hardware.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Give it like a facelift.
Oh yeah, yeah. The first game is still exceptional, but yeah, it was a looker back in its day, and not so much anymore.
No, 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 sir. It was
It,
visually impressive, I'm sure, for
oh
its
yeah.
time, but not
Oh, it
anymore.
was. Oh, it was, dude. I remember when that shit dropped. It was insane, dude, and the camera work and everything. And when you're like
Hmm.
rounding the corner of that one mountainside, and off in the distance you could see Ares fucking fighting all the.
Oh,
Oh, dude, it was so
yeah, that
fucking
shit's
epic,
cool.
man.
That shit was cool. Yeah, God of
Oh,
War trilogy, and then the games stuck on the PSP and PS Vita.
fuck yeah, dude.
Chains of Olympus and what was the other one?
Ghost of Sparta, I think it was called.
Yeah, Ghost of Sparta. Were there only three?
Then
Hold on.
there was some other after God of War 3, there was one Ascension. I never played that one. I think that's what it was
Oh
called.
yeah, Ascension.
Yeah, never
What the
played it.
hell?
I don't think that was Sony Santa Monica though. I think it was a different studio, so it was kind of the bastard child of the series. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind checking it out if they ever did bring all that stuff forward. Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
I need all of these. Give them all to me.
well, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen, for the week. Thanks for tuning in. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Leave us comments, subscribe, all that great stuff, man. We'll see you guys next week on episode 4.
You
Till then,
too.
have
Catch,
a great
catch
evening.
y'all later.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.